Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you with another video today. Want to kind of talk about a different type of subject matter, but it is pertaining to credit. As you see what the title says, your personal credit is an important part of wealth building, and I'm going to go into that. Why is it? In the last video, I kind of talked about, hey, how you doing, Brandon Hicks? Thanks for joining me. In the last video, I kind of, hey, Curtis, thanks for joining me. Kind of talked about this topic in the last video, but I'm really going to expand on it in this video. And the reason why is because I'm not new to the topic of credit. On this channel, I have over 400 plus videos relating to credit, so I'm not new to the conversation. And so today, the reason why I want to really focus on why personal credit is an important part of wealth building is because, like I mentioned to you in the last video, offline here in my local market, hey, thank you so much. What I do primarily is work with real estate investors, primarily with business funding. And so, where business funding comes in with real estate investing, it's not more so for the acquisition, because a lot of times, many of the investors I work with usually use business funding to handle soft costs that's related to real estate, or maybe construction, the soft costs that are that relate to construction, and then also they may use business funding to help with the gap funding in regards to a fix or flip. And that's primarily where the funding piece comes in. And the reason why personal credit is so important is because I see so many times, time and time again, where when an individual starts their journey to build and to accumulate business funding, business credit, they always want to start from a place of lack. And what do I mean by a place of lack? Disregarding their personal credit. Unfortunately, that is only going to it's going to prohibit your journey to build wealth. And the reason why the build wealth portion is part of what I'm talking about is because when you think about real estate is a component of wealth building. Now, of course, there's all types of wealth building vehicles, having a business, real estate, investments, or so forth. But real estate being one of the components. Thank you, Brandon. Yes, I'm glad that you agree. Real estate being a component of wealth building, it is going to be hard. Not that it can't be done, but it is going to be hard to be able to really begin your journey with real estate with tarnished credit. Now, one may say, oh, well, a person can, wholesale or what have you. Don't get me wrong. There are some areas of real estate where credit doesn't matter. But when we talk about the wealth building portion of it, the wealth building piece, when you think about real estate, wholesaling is not a wealth building component. It can be depending on how you structure it, but I'm talking about the type of real estate that can, one, be generational. Last video I talked about generational curses. So the generational portion of it, a lot of times that's buy and hold. That's what's very common now, the BRRR method. Getting a fix and flip and then converting it to a buy and hold. Whatever the method or the strategy that you're trying to use, your personal credit is going to play a large part. And It is going to play a large part. And understand this, because unfortunately, and a lot of people don't want to believe this, but your personal credit is tied to your character. And that's why I said a lot of times when people start their journey with business credit and business funding, they try to disregard that. They try to say, oh, I don't really need to worry about that. I just need to focus on building business credit and disregard my personal credit. And that's not going to happen. You know, there's no lender out there who is going to lend you money for real estate, money for a business, and you haven't even paid attention to your personal credit in regards to did anything to be able to work towards improving it. Because unfortunately, how you do one thing is how you do another thing. And so people really want to believe that I don't have to look at my personal credit. And for some way, I'm going to be able to get thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in business credit. And that's just not the case. Even if you just wanted to start getting a business credit card, your personal credit is going to play a part in it. Your personal credit is a pivotal piece of wealth building. There's no way around it. It's even tied to you getting a job. If you need that job to be able to fund your wealth building strategies or whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's investing, whether it's real estate, whether it's a business, whatever component that you're using to be able to move further, to move the pendulum within the wealth building structure that you're trying to create for yourself. Personal credit plays a large part. Like there's no way around it. No way around it. You cannot disregard your personal credit and try to build wealth. It's just not going to happen. And so I can't stress enough. Don't delay. Don't delay. So many people are on this road to build wealth. You're on this road who can get a decent. Yes. Yes. DC Topic said that. Said a friend of his cannot even get an apartment because of his credit. Exactly. I know a real estate investor here in my local market that said even if he he couldn't even get an apartment in his own real estate properties that he owns, because he's saying that his criteria is so high to be able for one to get an apartment that he probably wouldn't even qualify. But of course, he's the one. I may have paused for a second. He's the one who holds the investment. So that's what I'm saying. Like personal credit plays a large part, and I just see on a daily basis where people are spinning their wheels, spending a lot of time with these net 30 accounts, doing a lot of busy stuff that they think are going to push them further along in regards to building credit. Right here in my local market, and some of you may be familiar with this term. It's called hard money, and that's money that's usually coupled with real estate, primarily with fix and flips. So I'm going to be doing some more videos about that topic. But if you're familiar with hard money, the reason why they call it hard is because the interest rates are high. There's points. There's interest. Like there's nothing that's soft about it. And really, many different hard money lenders can create the terms. Unfortunately, he who has the money create the terms, and it's not a bad thing. I think hard money is great, because a lot of times that is the money that a lot of investors use to be able to acquire a property or to fix a property or whatever the strategy is that they are going to use it, because It's a short-term strategy. It's not something that you hold on long term. So understand, hard money is for a short-term basis. A lot of times within 3 months to a year. It's not to really go past that point, because the whole point of hard money lenders is to get a return on the money that they're lending. So if they lend you money for 3 months or 6 months or 9 months or a year for a fix and flip, you, as the one who's using the money, want to get out as soon as possible, because you don't want to pay more interest and fees or what have you with that money. But I bring up that to say that right here in my local market, went to a real estate meeting a few months ago, and I remember the hard money lender talking about that there was a gentleman who was trying to get money, but his personal credit was trash. And most people, if you're familiar with real estate, will say that hard money is based on the deal. And when you hear that term based on the deal, meaning the lender is looking at how the deal is structured to see if there's money in it, meaning did you get it for a low price, what's the values in that area, then how much is going to cost in repairs, the list goes on and on. Because remember, they're in the market of lending money and to get a return on it. But with that being said, one may ask, well, if the lending is based on the deal, meaning the actual hard asset, why would a lender look at the person who's trying to get the hard money? Why would they look at their personal credit? And that lender said, it's not that we are going to determine primarily if we're going to loan you money based on your personal credit, but the reason why is because we want to know, how diligent are you with paying your bills? You see, because people know that the way you do one thing is the way you do another thing. And I know that really hurts. I know some people really want to believe, well, no, I just kind of, got into a tight spot and this happened and that happened with my personal credit, but I will be more responsible. Unfortunately, you got to prove it. And the way you prove it is doing things that will help you to rebuild your credit. So this is Lorelia. Like I said, want to kind of talk about a topic that I think needed to be said, because I see so many people spinning their wheels. But understand, help is here. If you want to schedule your 15-minute consultation, if you want to talk about how I can help you, how I can assist you with business funding, how those two can couple with real estate, you want to learn more about my Funding Maximizer program. That program, the goal is to get you funding to assist you with real estate, with your business or what have you. Please give me a call. Like I said, it's beyond just getting a business credit card. Like I said, does business credit cards, do they have a place? Of course. But that's not primarily the main point of what I help people with the customized business funding plan that I help them with. So once again, this is Lorelia. Go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com to learn more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.